The civic mess in India's tech city, now missing the original deadline by 2.5 years. The Bengaluru Metro Yellow Line will be inaugurated by the Prime Minister on 10th of August. And before that, our special campaign that's really focusing on all the civic challenges that people of Bengaluru are facing. Remember, people complain about the long traffic jams as well as the potholes in the city and the state of the roads as well. Take a look at these reports.
So very quickly, the Prime Minister is going to be here for the inauguration of the Yellow Line. Meanwhile, while of course this is a ray of hope for people, who are dealing with traffic and bad roads on a daily basis, on the streets the situation remains pretty poor. Condition of roads in predominantly all parts of the city are bad.
This is a classic example. How the road, you can see the status of our roads, and this is common across Bangalore city. Wherever you go, you hardly find any roads in Bangalore city. And Metro, which is a dream project of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. It was Modi ji who laid the foundation stone for this Bangalore Metro. And it is Modi ji who is also inaugurating this Yellow Line in August 10th. This is the beauty of democracy. Here is the Prime Minister who laid the foundation and also is coming for the inauguration. Earlier during Congress tenure, whoever used to lay the foundation, the work used to get completed after 20-25 years. But now, keeping apart the Bangalore road situation, which is worsening day by day, people of Bangaloreans are very happy that their dream has come true. Since Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is inaugurating on August 10th, the Yellow Line, more than 18 lakh people will be benefited by this Metro Line, Yellow Line. Entire state is eagerly waiting for Prime Minister's his inauguration.
The city of Bengaluru is gearing up for a new line of metro, the Yellow Line, especially cutting through a tech corridor, cutting through offices like Infosys, Biocon, and even the infamous Silk Board. Now, while of course people await a lot of these metro lines to get completed, the problems on the road, the infrastructural issues continue unabated. I'm standing here just a little off Lingarajpuram. This is a stretch of the road that is used by thousands of people on a daily basis, a road that was cut open for some developmental work but has been left in this condition for weeks together. On the footpath, you have debris, you have leftover material, you have the asphalt that has been cut open. Now it's full of slush. For people who are commuting through this stretch of the road, it's only potholes, it's slush and the dangers of skidding and falling at any point in time. I have a group of residents here with me who commute on this stretch of the road on a regular basis. Could you tell us how difficult is to commute here? How long has it been like this?
So this particular road I travel on a daily basis, and this is the condition of the road since last 8 months. They first paved the entire road and then they dug up half of the road just to put the sewer. I don't know what they are doing since last 6 months. It has been pathetic. People are falling whenever it rains. Yesterday also I saw a couple of people just fell down because of this pathetic condition of the road. Not only here, people have been getting hurt in those areas where they are first digging up the road, putting the white topping, and once the white topping is done, these people are just again digging up to do something else. So it is not only that inconvenience of the people, but it is also inconvenience as well as dangerous thing and wasting public money for atrocious use. I don't know why they are just putting the road first and then digging up again.
It's been about 2 years, I would say. It's like the gentleman said, it's been really bad. They keep making the road, then they dig it up again, and then they keep making it. Even if you go along this stretch on Lazar Road, it's actually really bad there. That is the main issue, and I've seen a lot of accidents happen. And for me as well, like you can see how eagerly I'm waiting to cross the road. There's no way, there's no footpath for people to walk around, especially this stretch, this entire thing till the slums. It's actually really bad. And we've been trying to talk to a lot of people within our community to get things escalated. I'm really glad to see you here, who's also covering it. So I would really appreciate some help and some sensible kind of way to go forward. It's just not safe at all. You can see people skid a lot of times there, people fall. Whenever it rains, it's terrible. I'm here, it's been 5 minutes, I'm late already, I want to go to the gym. There's no way to cross the road. It's just pathetic.
I know the status of these roads because I commute very often here. I'm a daily commuter. I see things here. The problem is that there is total apathy from the administration side. I see perfect incoordination, lack of coordination among the stakeholders, the agencies concerned.
Absolutely.
Whether it is
a big cause of concern between the BBMP, the BWSSB or the BESCOM, all of them of course don't work together, dig up either simultaneously or separately, leaving this poor state. आप लोग बताइए कि कितना मुश्किल है आप
बहुत मुश्किल है आने जाने के लिए। डेली हम आते जाते, एक बार नीचे भी गिर गया था, इधर रास्ते में नीचे गिर गया, लगा मार लगा, इधर अंकी पे मार लगा, बहुत तकलीफ पड़ते है, स्किड हो जाता है, डेली आने जाने का रास्ता है।
As a taxpayer, I'm here to say the difficulties we are facing. The BBMP RI department and the SWT stormwater drain department, they're definitely not doing justice for the taxes we are paying. You can see the kind of infrastructure we have. This is all completely filled with sewage, and when it rains, this entire area floods. We literally will be soaked in the sewage to reach our offices. We are just 1 kilometer away from the IT hub. This is also called a Silicon City. I'm not sure whether it is called, I rename it a sewage city instead of the Silicon City, because the BWSSB has not given the enough STP in our area. The Sora Unse STP is pending. The Rajkalways connectivity is pending. Rajkalways are filled with sewage, and the Karnataka State Pollution Control Board, they are not taking enough necessary action against BWSSB or whoever is polluting the Rajkalways, and this eventually go to the Vartur Lake. You have to go and see the Vartur Lake, how it is being polluted. When you cannot save the lakes, which is done by our great visionaries like Kempe Gowda, then what is the city is planning to do, or what the governance is planning to do? This is a big disgrace to the city, to what our leaders have done. So I would say, being filled with so much of gratitude to this city, to my state, I want to build the city. You please refund the tax. We will hire up people who are high with the consciousness, who are very good at these civic things, and we will build the city. You please refund the tax, and we are done with the governance what is being given from the ages in the city. We want to bring back the glory of what Kempe Gowda had left. So please do refund the tax. We will build our city.